Hello, and welcome to a monthly product update. It is May, and we have a huge announcement for you. Very excited for this. If you've been to our monthly product updates in the past, you know that we've been talking about this one for a long time, month after month. We're working on it, and today we are releasing it. It's huge. So that's what most of this stream is about. But we're going to have a normal monthly product update. We're also going to say hello to the chat, which normally we don't do, but we're going to do it because this one's special. So let's start up from the top here. Mike, what's up? Michael Rose, we got Louie, Raul, Scott, what's up? How's it going? Florian, Christian, great to see everybody here. Silso, hello. Zuck Academy, we got Brian, Hamid, Mark, Pierre, lots of people. Yeah. Keep saying it. Go on. Hello. Everybody say hello. Introduce yourself. All right. Let's get into the action here. Let's get started. Attributes is last. We're going to go through each of our products here that has an update for the month. And we start with Wized. What we released this month for Wized, first, you can use the Wiz configurator without adding the Wized embed script to your site. This allows you to just start using Wiz right away. You don't have to worry about webflow plans or getting access to the site you need to embed or anything. Just open up Wiz, start using it. So that's a big update. A lot of people asking for that. Also, native support for to be discussed later. And that's a really good one, but we'll talk about that later. What we're working on this month for Wiz, branching. This one is huge. If you're a Wiz user, you're going to go nuts for this. You're going to absolutely love it. If you're not a Wiz user, this is going to show you the direction Wiz is heading in. So branching is, 100 viewers. Awesome. Thank you for coming. Really appreciate it that we're all here live. Back to branching. This is pretty awesome. If you're able to create branches from your pages and merge those branches to your config, Wiz is now getting to the next level. And this is just a preview of what you're going to get here, but merging changes by category, by page, by super impressive. There's a lot of power in that. So branching is going to allow you to have safe iterations and experimentations when you are building apps, so you can make changes on the branch without affecting the live or stable environments, completely separate. This also is great for feature testing. A lot of people build apps and right after launch, they just want to continue iterating and building more. So with isolated branches, you can now properly QA new features before rollout. Merge those changes, and now you can release like you really should. Also, team collaboration. Multiple team members can work on different branches simultaneously. This is huge for big projects. So two people can work on completely different things or the same thing, just on different branches. So really opens up a lot of possibility there. And then rollback and recovery. We have an easy way to start working from a previous config branch if an issue arises. So you can revert not the whole entire project, just that branch. So branching is going to be huge. And it's part of our effort to have more developer focused features just like this. We want to support traditional application standards with our new visual development approach. So this is part of our taking traditional web application processes and integrating it into our visual development interface. And that's what Wiz is. It's a visual JavaScript development interface. Also, a couple other things we're working on aside from the branching, things for learning, interactive tutorials for our documentation, huge project, going to be really good for us. And then some AI updates where we're going to have an AI chatbot for general Wiz questions and AI code auto completions. Also, which was put on the back burner, our new AI app integration where you can prompt any AI directly from the front end. Now that attributes is pushed, We're going to be back on that. So that's going to allow you to communicate with any AI model and integrate that into your project. Very cool. That's it for Wized. Always a good month for Wized. We got a really, really nice, efficient team there. Wized keeps growing. So we're seeing that growth in our agency. We're also seeing that growth through the users who use the product. Let's go on to components. Here we go. Components, we got some great things we're working on. Our Instagram feed component, so excited about this. Instagram feeds usually look terrible, and we want to change that. So you can now add an Instagram feed to your Webflow project, and all of these elements are Webflow elements. So no iframes, no embeds like that. This is clean. It's Webflow native. You get to turn on and off elements, and then we will send that data from your feed to your project. Same concept with YouTube. So we have a YouTube feed where you get to turn on and off elements, and those come in as Webflow elements, and it's just going to feed a YouTube playlist, a YouTube channel, a YouTube video. It's pretty customizable. So that's an awesome one too, where no one likes to use those iframes. Those they just kind of ruin your well-designed site. So we want to keep this in the fully custom Webflow mentality. And last thing we're working on is the library. These have been these big projects that are all being built together. We're all probably going to launch them around the same time. And this third one is library, where you're able to create a library of components, reuse those across different projects, sync them within your project, create different instances, duplicate. It's a whole visual interface for managing your JavaScript powered components. So this is also a big thing we're working on. Very excited about that. And that's going to be it for components. Let's move on to client first. We got one update, quick update here, and then we're getting to the juicy stuff. Client first, we have an update. We're working on this month a new update to client first. This is going to include updates to variables, new utility classes, spacing system improvements, and more. We have a beta clonable already shared with the client first community in Finsweet community Slack. So you can go ahead and join that channel. And if you want to use the new version, we have that. We're sharing that version in that channel. And the goal is for you to share feedback and help us define the next update with other community members. We've gotten great feedback, and we have already implemented feedback from these people in the community channel. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and join and help us release the next version. Okay, attributes. That's the next thing here. Got to take a sip of water before this one. This is exciting. It's been over a year that we've wanted to release this, and we're finally releasing it. Awesome. All right. Attributes. That's why we have a nice big visitor count. Thank you so much for coming live. Super awesome. All right, let's get into it. Attributes. So the big update is V2 is live now. You can go to finsweet.com/attributes and you will be seeing the new V2 live and ready to use. This is not a beta release. This is not a test it out and hope it works release. This is live, ready to go, ready for production. So we are releasing huge new functionalities, huge new features, performance enhancements. And the most exciting part is more opportunities for your website and your business. You'll see that we are releasing some features that will actually allow you to charge more money for creating websites, for creating a custom filter system, for example. And also with this V2 release, we have brand new documentation, which was a gigantic project. Huge, huge kudos to the team, led by Vincent. Double thumbs up. The 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 development of attributes led by Alex Iglesias, our CTO. Big round of applause across the whole team for so much work. It was really huge, not only creating the library and getting it ready to launch, but rewriting and rebuilding all the documentation. S- All that is live, it is fresh for you, and it's still completely free. Attributes has always been free and it stays free. No gates, no payments, just free. And we've even taken it a step further than free, and it's now open source. So the entire code base is now available on GitHub. We've released it under the Apache 2.0 license. You can actually go and review the entire attributes v2 code base. You can use it for your own benefit. You can use it for your clients. You can use it for the community. You can self host for security, privacy compliance, or performance. You can have developers audit the code for security. And now we have opened up to public contributions. So when we're open source, we hope that the public will contribute to the excellent library that we've created and make it even better. We can improve or expand solutions. We can create new solutions. And we've actually created a whole set of docs and information for how you can get involved. So go ahead, check out that GitHub page. We're going to share some links in the chat. And if you're a developer and you think, we can add new features to something or have an opportunity to add new solutions that you want to give to the public, we've set up the library to encourage that. So go check it out. This is part of open source, and this is a long-term plan for us. We're going to see benefit right now because it's valuable, but really long term, we want this to be a community-run project. Attributes v1 now officially becomes Attributes Legacy. It's got the official label of Legacy. V1 scripts, docs, and resources will always be live and available. Do not worry, nothing's going offline. There are 500 million hits per month for Attributes v1. That's a lot. 500 million per month hits of the solutions in the library. So absolutely, we have an obligation to keep that live and to make sure that you'll always be able to access V1. The key is it's no longer going to be actively maintained. No new updates. We're not going to be releasing really anything for V1 unless there's a critical issue that's affecting live sites. All new projects should use V2. Like I said, this is not a beta. This is not a check it out. This is live, ready to go. You can press publish on your client site tomorrow. Projects cannot have V1 and V2 on the same page. It is impossible. Don't try it. It will fail guaranteed. You have to have V1 or V2 on a page. And if you're building anything new, it should be V2. Uh, Absolutely. Okay. One script to rule them all. There's a lot of updates. One of them is this awesome one script. There is one universal script that powers every solution in the attributes library. So instead of one script per solution, which was V1, we now use one script for all 30 plus solutions. And you can add an attribute to the script to import the solutions that you want to use. This strategy is lighter, smarter, and more scalable. This is what it looks like. So if I wanted to import FS list, I would go and add the universal script, and then I would add an attribute of FS list or FS copy clip or FS modal or FS anything. And that would import that functionality into the page. So it's that simple. It's easier to add new things to the page. It's just it's a better development experience for implementing solutions. And along with this update, we've released smarter global settings with the script tag. Setting attributes can now be declared directly in the script tag, and those settings are then applied globally to your project for any solution. Let's take a list animation as an example. You want to apply some attributes to manage the animation on a list. Instead of applying that to each list on on each page, you can apply it once to the global script, right in site settings, and every single list solution is going to inherit that setting. So this is a great way to reduce attribute duplication across pages, which makes setup easier. It's just going to improve the workflow, more reusable, easier to maintain, more project level clarity. So instead of having 10 lists, each with the same setting on it, you can just apply that once globally. And that goes right into this system here. So you can see this with some global settings applied. So here we're importing the universal library. We're importing a few different solutions here, and then some global settings. We also have a new system for multiple instances. New instance declaration and naming strategy makes it a lot easier to work with multiple instances of the same solution on the same page. So we can use fs solution key instance equals your instance name. And just like that, that attribute will work across any solution and allow you to add that solution name very clearly. Sorry, that instance name very clearly. So instant management is easier, it's more customizable, it's more clear. And now, from a technical standpoint, each instance is now fully isolated. So there will be no conflicts with multiple instances. You can take a look at what this looks like with our new inject solution. So here we have two components that we want to inject, and one is called banner one is called banner two. I don't really even have to explain it. The attribute tells the story. So there you go. It's that easy to name your components, create a separate instance of it, and then go and use that somewhere else where this would append or paste this component to. Here we go. Demos and clonables for every solution. You can learn and implement solutions in less time with demos. Each solution that we are releasing has ready-made demo projects containing several examples. The clonable projects match the documentation perfectly. So when you're looking at the example, you're looking at the docs, they'll have the same naming, the same steps. And we created all of this new demo system for you to easily customize for your project. It's an easy place to start from, and hopefully you can start from there and then just customize on top for your project. So we're releasing over 25 clonables to explore today across our different solutions, and this is going to really help you implement quickly. We still have the same docs that you get to go and learn everything from, but some people just want to sort of copy paste starting point, and we are coming prepared with that. X-ray mode, very cool. This is built into each clonable as a helper tool. X-ray mode reveals the structure and attributes on hover. So this is going to allow you to instantly see which elements in the clonable use which attributes. Great for learning or debugging. Let's get a visual of this. The elements outlined in blue have the necessary attributes for this solution. Press the question mark key on your keyboard to toggle helpers. So you can toggle this on and off inside the clonable, and that's going to really lead you right to where you need to go visually. And that's already included. We've included that automatically. The new list solution, unified, flexible, no more CMS only, big updates to list. That's kind of the shining star update for attributes v2. Let's talk about it. Former CMS solutions are now part of one unified list solution. We have CMS filter, CMS sort, CMS load. These all sound familiar from V1. All of those are combined to one solution, FS list. FS list covers all the list-based solutions, and it's just one solution. Different docs pages for clarity, but it's one solution. And now List works with both Webflow CMS and static lists. Also, new fantastic features that will take your projects to the next level. I can guarantee it. Let's start with this one. List works with static and custom lists. V1 only supported Webflow CMS lists. V2 adds support for static elements. This is a huge update. You can now define static elements as list elements and use them for filter, sort, load, any other list functionality. Perfect for Wized or other custom data setups. When you bring in external data from a different place, you're not going to use a Webflow CMS list. So when you're bringing data from somewhere else, it goes into a static structure, and now you can work with that static structure. So just like this, you can tell the library, this is the structured list that I'm working with. And now you get access to all the features that you would get with our CMS solutions. So as you can see, we have each layer of the Webflow CMS structure with attributes to clarify them. So this is going to allow me to go and use something like Wized with attributes. This is huge. Attributes list is now fully integrated with Wized, and it works seamlessly with the Wized render list functionality. So enabling filtering, sorting, sliders, tabs, anywhere that there is a list of external data, you can go and implement these attribute solutions. Sano, Airtable, Supabase, APIs, data from anywhere, it's now going to work, just like it did with V1 in the CMS lists. This is a major upgrade for Wiz users. Now you can do a lot more with your data, and it's super integrated. It barely even looks like it's there. It's so integrated into Wized. So very cool, big day for Wiz users for sure. And this is why. This is part of the reason why. A previously unreachable experience is now very reachable by everybody. Dynamic filtered lists. Previous to this release, this would be incredibly difficult for anybody to build, including us. We do a lot of custom things at Finsweet Agency, and this is probably something we would turn down if somebody asked us to do for a single site. Uh, Only the biggest and the best brands have this type of functionality on their website. And I would say most of them don't even have this level of functionality on their website. So I'm thinking before this release, this was not an experience that you would see on let's say most websites. Today, it's an experience that you could see on everybody's website. Anybody who's listening can now do this. Users can build their own filters dynamically, creating their own logic for filtering the list. This allows people to create highly custom and functional filter experiences for visitors. Dynamic filtered lists is by far the most ambitious updated V2, and a lot of it comes down to this: smart operators, conditions, and groups. If you've ever used something like Airtable, you can create conditions that will filter through the data. And you can be very specific about how those conditions go together to filter the list, which is filtered first, which is filtered after, how they're grouped. We can do all of this. So we can now add precise filter logic using smart operators and conditional statements. We can group conditional statements. We can nest conditions and use and or logic to return highly specific results. We can also customize the UI for visitors to control additional statements, conditional statements, and how the filter works. Um, yeah, wild feature. I see a comment here. All of this is free. Yes, it is. Where this is our, let's say this is our last hurrah for free giveaways. And the idea is that this free giveaway is the one that scales. And yeah, it's to be honest, I've been thinking about this for a while now, how we're actually giving this for free, but we are. This is truly next level functionality. We're going to get a little bit of a look at this. We also have fuzzy search and improved search controls. So fuzzy search matches with typos and variations. You can set controls like threshold to improve the experience and allow people to write the wrong thing or to match with very similar words. You can also use multiple forms for search inputs on the same list. This was a big ask from people in V1. It's going to improve the search controls. You can have multiple search inputs. You can have multiple ways that people filter through the list. The options are really endless. And the number one request in V1 has been satisfied: real-time facet counts. This was what everybody wanted, and it was really challenging. It required a rebuild. And we said when we rebuild attributes, it's gonna be we're gonna add this, and we did. So this is going to show the number of results that each filter would return. So if blue would return 12, it's going to show 12 next to blue. It works with checkboxes and radio filters. They can be styled or hidden when empty. These are real-time counts, dynamically updating when filters are selected. This is advanced functionality. You do not see this on your everyday filter experience. We see this only in larger sites. You go to bigger sites that sell cars or houses or things like that, you start to see this functionality. Let's look at some visuals of what we talked about. Full featured lists. You can see some of the smart logic over here. Type is dessert, difficulty is easy. The operators are going to update automatically based on the CMS field that you select. And then the input that the user can give, difficulty is easy, time is less than 30 minutes. That value input also updates based on the selections that are made in the field and the operator. So super, super customizable, super powerful. We have search with typos and partial matches. Uh, we are we talked about this is a great view of the facet count here, showing result counts and managing empty states. You really can make sure that people are not clicking around your filter and seeing no results and no results. You can make something unclickable if no results for that filter would return. So big update here. This all is, like I said, super powerful, choosing and or statements from the visitor. Uh, I mean, you can filter through anything. You can also animate your list. You can add custom animations to list to bring it to life. So in addition to all this stuff, you're putting in custom dynamic filters. You're also making it look beautiful when that list changes. You can do it on filter, sort, load, and it's all done through classes and CSS animations. So it's super lightweight. When you want to use animations, a class will be added to that list, and then you're able to add initial states. You're able to add your animation states, your duration, transitions. You can add all the things that you would add in the styles panel of Webflow. And then we're going to work some magic to make sure that all those are firing at the right time. So it looks really cool. If you have any kind of skill in animation, you're going to love how simple this is and how you can really bring it to life. Also includes stagger, which like brings it a whole other life. So really big update there. Let's take just a look of a quick preview here. This is totally just CSS. We got a rotate going on here on switch, and we have these moving out to the side on switch. So you can customize these. These are not the prettiest animations, but you can really do anything you can imagine here. V2 has brand new documentation. Each attribute card has been redesigned for readability and rewritten for clarity. It includes a header, instructions, example, notes, and warnings. Clear separation of use cases and setup steps. So we took everything we learned in V1, we took all of your comments, and we have implemented it into this brand new documentation. Let's take a look at what that looks like. We got flashcard. We'll talk a little bit about that. Oh yeah, flashcard's great. We got new design here, looking great, designer managed, rewritten for clarity, and a couple new things that we'll talk about. Card headers. We give instant context for prose. The cards that hold each attribute, we try to summarize the purpose of each attribute so that you can quickly scan and get the attribute that you need without opening the whole card. So you can copy the attribute directly on that card without opening up the whole card. So if you've implemented a solution before or you just know how something works, you could just copy to clipboard right there. It makes first setup much quicker. We've also released flashcards. Again, people who implement solutions all the time don't want to read through the specifics of the docs every single time. So with one click, you can show the most important integration facts. Where do I implement things and what do I have to do? It's great for quickly referencing how to build something for advanced users. So again, we're trying to make the experience better as you go and implement more and more solutions. That's what that flashcard looks like, looking awesome. So you can see um, it's like a cheat sheet, just showing you, hey, this is what you got to do. Copy, paste, let's go. New video tutorials. Tutorials cover implementations that you can clone. So we show a video of how to implement something. It's going to cover a tutorial. It's going to cover a clonable, and you can clone that clonable. So the idea is that everything is more connected. In V1, we released a lot of things out of place, right? You do one solution and do it this, and then another solution and another solution. Then you want to do clonables for everything, so it's everything was out of order. So now everything is integrated. We've built everything at the same time with the same structure and the same mentality. So uh, everything follows. We have multiple examples for different experience levels, and we have awesome tutorials for things like filter, sort, load, and nest. These are all live today. They're available through the documentation. So as you go through those docs, you start to implement. We have that the video tutorials ready for you to go. Filter tutorials. We spent the most time on filter on the new list functionality, all the cool things that I talked about with the dynamic filter list. We have two tutorials for you, the standard setup and the dynamic setup. I'd recommend starting with the standard and then jumping up to dynamic. And it really breaks down all attributes step by step. If you can follow the dynamic filter, you can set up next level filter systems without code. And if you want to code, we also have an API that allows you to build any kind of customization on top of this extra strong base. So let's take a look at that filter system. We have the fields is equal to, and everything is updating automatically. We can add conditions, add condition groups, remove conditions, remove condition groups. And I love the word smart here. We really did build these smart operators where we understand your CMS fields, what type they are, and then we only show the right operators and value fields that can connect to them. So it takes out so much logic and so much custom building that would be needed for a single project. All right. And the best way to get started today with Attributes V2 is building with these demos. Best way to learn. The first thing you should do is go find a solution that you like, get that demo, and get the clonable project. Play around with it. Start implementing, start changing around the settings, start implementing your own content, and just, clone and adapt. Use X-ray filter, use all the things that we've given you to start learning because it is a bit of a change. It's not going to be exactly the same as Attributes V1. So to make that change easier, we've really released a lot of resources. That's what a lot of this time took. And big props to Eve. coming up with the excellent tutorials for the video tutorials. So go check out those on YouTube. We got a lot. There's so much. Click around. It's all there. Okay, and that's where you go. That's the main call to action for this stream. All right, that's it. That's the thank you slide. I'm gonna just keep this stream rolling for 1 or 2 minutes. Would just love for you to share your feedback in this chat. Any questions you can share, any comments, any thoughts. What are you gonna build? Is this perfect for a project? I'm just gonna go and look at the chat here and see what you all have to say. But thank you so much for coming, and yeah, we're really excited about this. This is a big win for you, big win for the community, and we're just really excited to help you get to that next level at work. Talk soon. Oh, wait, hold on. We're waiting around for a couple comments. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, nice. Good comments. Let's show some comments here on the screen, team. Okay. Effin fire release legends. Love it. This is free attributes. You're on the wrong page with this one. Oh, that's a different comment here. A lot of fires. Yeah, a lot of fires here. Great launch from the Finsweet team. Congrats. Thank you so much. Yeah, amazing work. Thank you so much. Very impressive. Congratulations. Great work, team. Yeah, Zuck Academy. It's the last free Finsweet update. Yeah, it will be. And this is a big one. This took like a year and a half to make this update. So yeah, this was a massive free update. We will be still maintaining client first for sure, but we will not be releasing any other products for free. We have a bit of a different strategy. We're going to charge for our products. So unique. So we're really we're going to be really different here and charge for our products. But yeah, that's I guess I could even say this is a final send off of our free stuff, which is good. I'm really happy about that. It's You can go out with a bang, and this is certainly a bang. This is I really think that attributes will be a long-standing library with a lot of value in the community long term, assuming Webflow continues on its path and Webflow continues to be huge. I think it's a great long-term play. Awesome. Thank you so much. I love reading the comments here. Everybody's so awesome. These comments help us keep going, so we appreciate it. You know, we offer things for free. Part of it is just because it feels good to help you, and seeing people return the love, it really helps us keep going. So thank you so much. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy using Attributes V2, and let us know what you build.